Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Rainbow Investing, where we look at a spectrum of ideas to grow your long-term wealth. Today I just want to talk about why it's important to start investing when you're young, the power of compound interest and the damage of inflation. Now, if we look at inflation, for those of you who don't know, inflation is the slow but inevitable decline in real wealth. Now, most of you won't even notice this. It's a very slow process. Inflation normally runs, I think the historical average is between 2 and 4%, so let's say 3. That means that every single year, your money is worth 3% less in real value than it was last year. So for instance, in 2018, if the inflation rate is 3%, I think it's a bit low, it's about 2. But that means that in 2018, $100 will buy you $2 less worth of things than it would have in 2017. Okay, think about that. Now it doesn't seem like a lot, but over time, you know, that's going down 2, 3%, 4% every single year. So over a long period of time, it really starts to build up. You might notice that your grandparents would speak about, you know, ice cream cones for 20 cents back in the day. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. You know, nowadays you'd be lucky to get an ice cream for $4. This is about what's really important, is getting started when you're young. When it comes to investing, this is what we're trying to beat: inflation. Now, most people, when they're dealing with inflation, it's sort of covered by the, you know, your salary going up every year. That usually matches inflation. But it's in this environment, it's very, very difficult unless you get a promotion, which most people will. But unless you get a promotion, it takes a long time for your real net wealth to increase. This is through the traditional channels of working. And even when most people get a promotion that increases their net wealth, they won't notice it because your expenses will subconsciously rise to match that level. Now, the reason why I'm interested in investing is I want to beat this cycle, and investing is the best way to do it. Unless you know, hit the jackpot, get a winning lottery ticket, pick the winning horse. It's the best way to do it without gambling, basically. The way compound interest works is very similar to inflation in the opposite way. So a small amount of extra income, if you reinvest that income, the next time you get that interest, you get it on top of the income that you've already invested. So say for argument's sake, you have a bank account with an interest rate of 5%. Your bank account, your money will go up. Say if you have $1,000 in it, it will go up by $50. The next year, if you take that $1,050 and you get another 5%, you add $55 to it. So you're left with $1,105. And this increases and increases. It's called compounding. It will build your wealth over the long term if you use it right. Albert Einstein called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. And he also said that people who understand it earn it, and people who don't pay it. And that's really important. Now, if you invest in the stock market, you're probably guaranteed an average rate of return of between 8 and 10%. Now, that's a really good start. That includes the boom times when the economy is going really well, the stock market goes up and up and up every year, and the bad times, the recessions, the GFCs of the world, where, you know, the stock market gets just absolutely destroyed in 1 or 2 weeks. But over the long term, in adding those two occurrences together, you will get an average return of between 8 and 10%. Now, as I said earlier, with inflation, that you're still getting a net increase in your money. And if you're not a dedicated investor, then you're honestly better off putting your money in indexes such as the S&P 500 or the ASX 200 in Australia, or any index really. You're almost guaranteed that rate of return. That's what investing is all about: beating inflation, increasing your net wealth over time. Look forward to starting this journey with you. We're going to look at a whole spectrum of ideas, a whole broad thing, a broad index of ideas to investigate how we can best do this. And it's going to be really fun. So, you know, just as the channel's starting out, I'd really love some support. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, ring that bell, and let's start this journey together. I'll be back real soon with another video about, you know, the spectrum ideas we'll be looking at. But for now, good night.